My name is Benton Stokes. I'm a former fundamentalist, post-evangelical worship leader, and songwriter. I enjoy wry Manhattans, roller coasters, and road trips, just not all at the same time.
I'm Elane O'Rourke, and I'm a teacher, an author, and a spiritual coach. I was a philosophy professor and a liberal pastor in a couple of former lives, and these days, I love aha moments and not-so-dry martinis.
We have conversations about life and God with a queer perspective, over cocktails, like you. This is Cocktail Theology. My Tailor is rich.
You get a lot of things altered. I mean, you're pretty normally proportioned. I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the cocktail. My Tailor is rich.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
My Tailor is rich.
Okay.
I haven't tried this yet.
Okay.
But it is rum. Uh-huh. It's triple sec. Mm-hmm. It's honey syrup and lime juice.
Okay. All right. Kind of margarita-ish.
Yeah.
And it looks like you used our favorite kind of drinking rum, which is Zaya.
Zaya.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm ready. There's a little bit of sparkle.
Oh, yeah. There's a little bit of tonic water in here, too.
Okay.
Just a little.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it kind of lightens it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
It's not quite as light as I thought it would be.
I think it's the darker rum, the rum that
Probably.
we normally favor.
Yeah.
So probably with a silver rum, maybe?
Yeah, that might be it.
Okay. But I like the flavor profile, but you're
do too.
right. I think the Zaya's too rich for this.
I kind of think so, too.
I mean, that doesn't mean I'm not going to drink it. Because I'm a little selfish about this kind of stuff.
Are you now?
I am. It's like, I mean, I would, because I love you, I would give it to you and say, it's all yours. But no. Yeah. And I don't like waste. I'm not good at waste.
I don't like waste either.
It has to be pretty darn bad, honestly.
Yeah.
And then usually I'll put it in the freezer and see if I can think of a way to make it better.
I've seen you do that.
Usually it works.
And usually it works.
Sometimes it does not.
Well, yeah, some drinks are beyond saving.
So what are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about selfishness.
Ooh.
Specifically, what's the difference between selfishness and self-awareness? So typically when someone says you're being selfish, it's not a good thing.
I would agree, yeah.
Generally, in my estimation, if I'm saying somebody's being selfish, it's because I think that they are so focused on their own wants, needs, desires, or whatever, that they're not noticing anyone else's.
Okay.
That they are self-absorbed, I guess, like completely self-centered, self-absorbed, like they are the center of their own universe.
Interesting. Okay. So I experience a difference between selfishness and self-absorption and self-centeredness.
Okay, let's talk about the distinctions.
I'm not sure they're good. I'm not sure they're the right ones.
There's no judgment.
Yeah. I think, okay, here's the thing for me. I think that the word selfish is more an epithet than an actual description. Okay. I think it's more of an accusation.
Okay.
It's kind of like children saying, that's not fair.
Right.
Which they're supposed to do. That's part of their development, is to learn that sense of justice and fairness and to try and parse out when things aren't fair. So that's normal and should be.
Yeah.
I think that accusation of selfishness, at this point in my life, I think that it's either more like, that's not fair, or a feeling that the accuser has not gotten what they wanted.
Sure, yeah.
Which is different than there actually being anything particularly wrong in the person's behavior. Right? So, because I can feel affronted and feel like somebody else is being selfish. I started to say you, but somebody else is being selfish and not be right about them at all.
Right, no, totally.
I think you're selfish is more about my response to your behavior than it is about your behavior.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does.
And when we use it toward ourselves, when I say I'm being selfish, you know, we're the hero of our own story. always.
Yeah.
If I say I'm being selfish, then what I'm really saying is I am going to go ahead and make this choice even though it's not the nice choice to make.
Okay.
I don't know. That's kind of what I'm feeling right now. I didn't grow up with selfish language. That was later in my life. Is that something that was bandied about with you, or is it familiar?
I don't remember, to be honest. I'm sure that as a kid, I probably said, you're being selfish because they weren't sharing their toy or whatever.
Right.
But I can't remember that being something that I heard in our house a lot. Like I don't remember hearing, my mom called my dad selfish or anything like that. Not saying it didn't happen, but I don't remember it.
It's also interesting that that's the direction you went with that, right?
Yeah. So I think, though, sometimes, people can show a pattern of behavior.
Okay.
That is completely self-focused.
Yes.
And if you live with someone who is self-focused, and I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about our cat. If Dodson has, and he does, a pattern of self-focused behavior.
Okay, wait a minute. You just compared self-centered people to our cat, who's really... you're not wrong, but it was an interesting way of doing it. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Keep going. I'm just going to be sitting over here laughing. Go on.
That's okay. Yeah, but I think if someone exhibits that pattern of being selfish, like always putting themselves first, or consistently disregarding the needs or desires of other people,
right,
or even just acting like they're the only one in the room when there are other people around, that to me qualifies as selfish. Although selfish to me is kind of a vague term.
Yeah.
I think a better term is either self-centered, self-absorbed, or self-focused.
Yes.
And I think you're right. There are nuances in those terms.
Right.
But I think all of it sort of conveys the idea that I am the center of my universe.
Yes. And not only the center, but the the North Star, the everything, right?
Yes.
Like
right.
Insert any phrase you want.
Right.
When I think about people I know now who are self-centered, and I do think one of the places where we've gone really awry in the last few years is we throw around the idea of narcissism.
Right.
And that's a whole other potential podcast, but I think people use the word at this point, at the time we're recording this, narcissistic or narcissist, to mean self-centered.
Yeah, I think so too.
So insert narcissist here if that's the conversation you're in, right?
Uh-huh.
But it seems to me that when you are, I would say that we're close on this, that when you're talking about somebody who is self-centered or self-absorbed, it's not even that they think of themselves first. It's more like it takes effort for other people to pierce their consciousness or their care.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a good way to think about it. Yeah.
So it's really kind of like that force, like there's a force field. And somehow you need to keep, I don't know how you do it, but you poke it, right?
Yeah.
Until they start to even recognize you're there.
Right.
Which doesn't guarantee they're going to care that you're there.
Yeah.
But suddenly, oh, look, there's somebody in my world.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about this, so I may retract it the next time we speak.
Okay.
But I'm thinking that there is a range of neurospiciness that can make people more self-centered, self-absorbed because it's the way their brains work.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Which has nothing to do with intention and has nothing to do with what we would call selfishness.
No, it doesn't.
Right? There's something in that I think there's a texture in this. There's something about the language of selfish that suggests you intend to mess with me.
Okay.
Does that sound right to you, or am I just like completely overshooting here?
Well, I mean, I think that's the way we experience it. If we think somebody's being selfish, we feel it. I feel it as, an assault on me, like because it's like, am I not important enough for you to notice that I'm here? You know what I mean?
Ooh, yeah.
And that feels like an affront, for sure.
I realize I'm going to make a really sharp turn here.
Okay.
But when I think about the Gospels,
Yeah.
see how I went there? When I think about the character and activities of Jesus versus the character and activities of other people, and I'm still holding up Jesus as being the model for us, there are multiple kinds of things happening. So one of the things that he does is he goes off by himself, particularly in Luke.
That's true.
He goes off by himself. And that's interpreted by scholars and non-scholars in all kinds of ways. But there's something about he chooses to go off by himself. I can imagine people experiencing that as selfish.
Yes.
Okay. But he does that and then comes back and is very aware and other focused and thinking about that. So if I'm disciple number 14 and I'm looking at Jesus doing that, I might be saying he should be here with me.
Right.
So I can't see that there's a purpose in this and a use of his time and his connection with God and himself that then enables him to be bigger, stronger, faster, bionic guy. Right?
Yeah.
So that's about a perspective.
Right.
Judas, at least the way it's presented in the Gospels, Judas has maintained the purse himself so he could steal from it, gets upset about she's actually unnamed at this point, the unnamed woman breaking the alabaster jar.
Right.
Because it could have fed the poor, even though he actually,
Yeah.
But that's more, to me, that's more of a self-focused thing.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm not sure exactly what the difference is, except that when you have that self-focus, there really isn't any benefit to anybody else. It actually reminds me of government. I'm sorry, but when we talk about pork barrel, for example, that language of I'm going to try and accrue things for my people, the people I represent, mainly so they'll reelect me. Not because they need it, but because they'll reelect me. That's a self-centered, self-motivated, self-whatever.
It is.
Which is different than I need to make choices about my time, my energy, that kind of thing.
Right, and I think that comes around to the idea of self-awareness. So self-awareness is recognizing that you have needs and wants. And a lot of times, people who struggle with self-awareness are people who also believe themselves to be selfish. They were told they were selfish. Or like, using the example that you just used for Jesus, feeling like it would be selfish to spend, 30 minutes in my room praying and reading the Bible when I should have been making lunches for my kids or whatever the thing.
I have been in that position.
Yeah.
No, I hear you. That's a great example. Thanks.
Yeah, so I think recognizing that you aren't selfish for having needs and wants that need to be met. And sometimes, we are the ones to meet our own needs.
Thank you.
And that's
so important.
And that's a lot of what self-awareness is about, is saying, oh, you know what? I operate better when I get up 30 minutes earlier. I have some time to myself before we get into the crazy of the day. And so I'm going to prioritize that.
Right.
And sometimes that means that your partner has to tolerate you getting up 30 minutes earlier. Or your kids have to do without you for 30 minutes while you take care of yourself so that you can then take care of them. Those kinds of quote-unquote sacrifices or whatever in order to make us feel more whole and healthy. It's like self-care, which is another word that doesn't really mean anything anymore, but it's like really noticing the things about yourself that need to be paid attention to, and then really trying to pay attention to them.
Okay, I hear you. And here's where I'm having trouble.
Okay.
And this may be about my own relationship with prioritizing my own needs. Okay, so I'm not in any way critiquing anything you're saying. I'm trying to parse something out. So I'm thinking about people who natively, if they want to go do something in the household, like by themselves. They just do it. They don't appear, from my perspective, to think about how that affects everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay. And sometimes it's, if there is a quote unquote set dinner time, they don't show up.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just, there's nothing important going on. They'll be doing what they're doing until somebody, says, hey, come be part of the world.
Yeah.
Here's where, all right, here's where my training about selfishness comes in.
Okay.
I experience, not so much anymore, I'm getting better about this. I have experienced in the past people who go off and do their own thing and need to be dragged into something else. That is a common, regular thing.
Okay.
Okay. Not a magic, not like a weird,
Right.
But like dinner's at 6, which is in our house, but dinner's at 6. Somebody needs to be, hey, knock on the door, dinner's at 6. I have personally, being the person who provides dinner, usually experienced that as like complete self-centeredness.
I totally see that.
Those are the kinds of things I got hung up on. Because and that's an important response, right? Like I don't think that, shoot, oh my gosh, this is so hard. I envy that so much. I envy both the sense that what I'm working on is what I'm working on.
Yeah.
And I envy the ability to let other people do the things that will happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And I can't help but wonder if that's a female thing, like not feminine, let's say feminine as opposed to female. Feminine, I don't know what that is. Okay, so if I think about, like, this is everybody in my life. No offense, but I mean, literally, no offense, but all of the people in my life are the kind of people who can get wrapped up in something.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, that's all fine. No, I mean, that's what allows wonderful creativity to happen. There is a huge difference. Okay, this is it. There's a difference between people who then think that there may also need to be some contact with the other people they're connected to, as opposed to those people don't matter until I'm done with this.
Yeah.
Right? There's something about that. It's that texture. And that goes back to that whole idea that there's like this force field around you.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So maybe that's it. Sorry, I realize I've been just like, our poor listeners are probably going, what? But I think that's it. I think it's the difference between, it's the Mary Martha! It's Mary and Martha! Damn it! It's Mary and Martha without the guilt, right? But it is that difference between whether you see part of what you're doing as arranging for a space where people can go off and do those things, right? And whether you're the person who is, right? And I think the difference between, I'm going to call it focus as opposed to selfishness.
Okay.
Focus versus self-centeredness is, if you're self-centered, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
My stuff comes first. All the things you've done, that's great for you. You're doing the same thing I am. As opposed to, I go off, I do my thing, we reconvene. And that's where Jesus gets it right. He goes off, he reconvenes. He goes off, he reconvenes. As opposed to it being, oh, heck, where'd Jesus go? Oh, shoot, do we cook the fish? You know what I mean? That's the difference.
That's a great distinction.
Boom.
Yeah. Mic drop. Listeners, how do you experience selfishness in yourself and in other people? How do you experience self-awareness or self-focus or self-care in healthy ways? What does that mean to you? Did you grow up in a house where if you took a little time for yourself or bought yourself something or did something for yourself, that it was viewed as selfish? We would love to hear from you.
And we'd love to hear what gender you grew up in.
And cocktailtheology.com is where we always are. Give us ideas for episodes, questions you would like us to ponder, and cocktail recipes, please.
And I've done no drinking during this whole tirade, so I'm going to go off by myself over there in the corner with a book, and I don't know what's going to happen about the rest of the evening.
That's completely fair.
Bye.
Bye.
Funny how the view can change, how life just seems to rearrange itself, no matter what it was. I don't know how it goes, but look, moving on feels pretty good. Moving on feels pretty good.
If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a like and hit subscribe wherever you're listening right now. We welcome your comments, questions, and ideas for conversations and for cocktails. Please get in touch with us at our website, cocktailtheology.com. Cocktail Theology is a production of SFS. Our theme song is Moving On Feels Pretty Good, recorded by yours truly, Benton Stokes. You can find my music wherever you stream your favorite artists. Join us next Thursday for another new episode.